Lil Durk got court in about an hour. It's about to get intense. We'll cover what actually happens on the main channel, but let's get y'all caught up before it even gets started. Y'all ready? Let's go. All right. So basically, this whole page is for one case only. So United States versus Grant et al. You know what I'm saying? That's everybody. So that's gonna be DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, David Bryan Lindsley, Asa Houston, and Dirk Banks. And you already know they all in custody. So this is happening at 10 o'clock today, West Coast time. So they're having a stack of motions all being argued at the same time. These motions include the motion to dismiss, count 4, filed by Asa Houston. Other defendants joined in, Lindsey, Banks, Wilson. They all basically said, drop that charge. Lil Durk's motion to dismiss for vagueness or bill of particulars. He's arguing the charge is too vague or the government must give more exact details. All co-defendants also hook onto joinders. So the motion to sever, keep defendants separate. Wilson wants to split the trials, sealed motion. Both Houston and Lindsey join it. Then the government motion to impanel unanimous jury. And the feds want this because they want the jurors' names hidden and maybe extra security, which I believe they're going to have that any goddamn ways. So unanimous juries are usually used in high-profile, dangerous, or gang-related cases. Number 5, motion for early Genix material. So defense wants the government to turn over witness statements early. Wilson, Houston, Lindsey all joined in Dirk's motions. Number 6, motions to suppress evidence that's sealed. Someone wants evidence thrown out, but the motion is sealed, so we don't see the details. Dirk's motion in limine to block 404B. Other bad acts evidence. He's trying to stop the government from bringing up old indictments, prior accusations, anything unrelated that makes him look bad. And I think, I'll wait till the end for that. So everybody's going to be in the courtroom. Daniel Weiner, Ian Yanello, Greg Stapes, Craig Harbaugh, Simon Avell, Shafi Morrell, Christy O'Connell. So basically, that's what it's telling you, is that they're fighting several things at once, and we actually going to see what that means. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, can you subscribe and turn on that bell too? Because when you do, you're helping unbiased, independent news.
So it is what it is, bro. As far as everything, right? And I want to go through it because obviously I got a big ass head, but my memory ain't like how y'all's is. So let's go through this. What I think, if it's going to be good, meaning yeah, they gonna say yeah to this, or if they gonna mess around and be like hell nah. So let's go to the motion to dismiss count 4 for Asa Houston, and basically that ain't gonna happen. These judges ain't dismissing nothing. Let's just, I won't say nothing. That's not true. They're going to dismiss some things, but nah. So he wants his motion, some shit, because what it is it's evidence to be dropped. What that specific evidence is, we don't know, but I can tell you the way that they're acting, this is a big-ass part of the damn trial. So Dirk's motion to dismiss for vagueness or a bill of particulars. They're not going to dismiss for vagueness, but he will be given the bill of particulars. I think that the judge will allow Dirk's team to basically argue it out, and I think he gets half of what he wants. You know what I'm saying? So they'll probably work that one out, because there has to be a thing, a silver lining of, bruh, if you were in my position, meaning if I was a lawyer, meaning pointing to the judge, if I was a lawyer and I was basically representing my client, I'm basically fighting from behind the 8 ball when it comes to the feds. You could gain a little bit of relief. So I do think that they'll actually give them some of the bills of particulars. I don't think that Drew is going to get a whole bunch, but I do believe that he's going to get something. So, and that's right. That right there, in case anybody want to know why he wants to bill of particulars, because what Dirk is going to do, Dirk's whole fight is he has to destroy the conspiracy charge. He has to get rid of what they believe he did. You get what I mean? So even though he's looked at as the mastermind, he's not actually on the phone saying, hey, go do this, go do that. They're saying he spoke in coded language. This is a hell of a thing to even do. All right, this is how, I don't want to say how weak the United States is, as far as when it comes to indictments, but that's just what it is. Motion to sever, and basically Wilson wants this motion to sever, and I think what's going to end up happening is that he's probably going to be offered an ability to go ahead and say his part, but I don't think anybody who's going to quote-unquote turn on everybody else, I don't think they throw Dirk under the freaking bus. I don't, because at the end of the day, it doesn't work for them. Even if, let's say, even if he tells on Durk, he's still going to get like 40 years, 40, 30 years. You're going to come home to what exactly? So I think Wilson will ultimately be like, well, I'm telling everybody else, but I'm telling you, Durk didn't do anything. And that's not good enough for them. Government's motion to impanel anonymous jury, redacted and sealed. So yeah, that one right there, I don't like that one, bro. And I think that this is going to look bad. And I think that they're going to go ahead and say, you know what? Now we're going to allow the jurors to basically be impaneled and be sealed. Because at the end of the day, whoever made the call to go against the judges and all this shit, that's bad. What's also bad is Durk being caught, even though they literally could have said, hey, bro, we had him, whatever, and certain people, certain contacts were made to people and all of this shit that we believe are witnesses. None of that happened. So there's no crime that he actually did that did anything on the outside, but it's what it looks like. You see what I'm saying? So it ultimately, bro, it looks bad. And I think that's what's ultimately going to derail him. Him being caught with that Apple Watch, if it's even true, is bad. If it's not true, then whatever. Because at the end of the day, what they're saying is he's such a mastermind. Look at his ass got telecommunication devices in a federal jail. If that don't tell you something, what does that tell you? So you have that part that exists, and I ain't gonna hold you. If I'm Durk, I'm saying I wouldn't mind. I ain't make no calls or nothing like that. If it's actually true. Now, if you lie, you make it actually worse. So there's that. Motions for early Jinx material, Jinx witness statements. Basically, that's what that means. Basically, they're wanting it early. I think they'll ultimately win that. I think they'll ultimately win that one. But it just goes into how many days, well, how many weeks before. So they'll redact people's names and all that. They'll keep the snitches, the cooperating witnesses, or whatever the hell you want to call them. They'll keep those people's names basically blacked out on the screen. But what will ultimately happen is I think it'll be granted, but I don't think that it'll be granted essentially early as hell. Like they'll probably get it in like last week of December. You know what I mean? So there's that. Motion to suppress evidence. I think some things will be sealed off because here's the thing, and this is Lil Durk shit really. Well, no, that's not Lil Durk stuff. That's everybody. So basically, cell phone extraction, wiretaps, GPS trackers, search warrants, confidential informant recordings, undercover communications. They're going to be trying to suppress a lot of stuff. This is actually like a big ass day in court, but because we don't have any filming or anything like that that's going on, you're not going to see too much of anything. Then Durk's motion to eliminate to block 404B, other bad acts evidence. So basically, old incidents, accusations, street beef, music videos, lyrics, unrelated cases. Don't let them use any of the old shit. And that's going to be one hell of an argument because what the feds are going to say is what I always say on here, like, wow, what is it I'll be saying on this shit? Basically, your character, like if it's in you, like, god damn it, I forget that saying. Somebody help me out in the comments, man. It's the same thing I said for Tory Lanez when I said he was going to be found guilty after trying to rush the stage and fight in August Alsina. Basically, if you do a bunch of bad things, one would assume that once you finally get caught for doing that bad thing, you did all those other ones. Or this is pattern of behavior. There you go. Basically, the feds are trying to say, yo, this is his pattern of behavior, bro. He does this. This is what he does. This is him. We don't want none of that BS that y'all trying to take, trying to rack up, trying to run away from. He already just shot at him right here. He had his people shoot at him right here. He had the dudes killed in Chicago behind his brother. That's strike one, strike two, and here's the other one. Once he found out that Quando Rondo was in L.A., he sent his people over to grease him. That's what they going to run with. That's what they going to tell. It is what it is. But we shall see. Let me know your thoughts on this one, man. Other than that, click right here to actually catch up with the last fight that they had. Crazy shit, bro. Crazy. Click right here, or click right here for the playlist because y'all like what we do better over here. I'm back home, man, so we dropping like we supposed to be dropping. I'll catch you on the next one. Reloaded.